everyone to another segment of our how-to series. And today we're going to do something else that Mom is a master at, and that is
refrigerator pickles.
Or some people call them day pickles, right?
Not often.
Okay.
In fact, I've never heard it.
Refrigerator pickles, day pickles? Yeah, I've heard it. Anyway.
Yeah, whatever.
Okay,
Doesn't
cool.
matter. And hopefully there won't be an oops this time.
Yeah, well, we're not concerned. If there's an oops, there's an oops. No big deal.
Okay,
Good.
okay.
So should we get started?
First of all, I'm going to tell you about a mandolin. And it's a slicer. And I'll show you how it works. This is the size that I want. You put it here. Very simple, fits right in there. And then you slice it. But I'm giving a disclaimer here. There is something that'll grab, these little prongs will grab the end of it, so you don't slice yourself along with the pickle. So, but I've done it enough where I'm just gonna do it to a certain part in the end and then not even use that, because I don't wanna do that. So, we're all set up, except we don't have the cucumbers. Uno momento.
Yeah, we usually get some cucumbers on the scene here.
Most of the year, I make these pickles with English cucumbers. You can get them in any store. Get the thinner ones, the longest you can get. You can use, there's also Kirby, and they're shorter, really soft-fleshed, and those work out really well, Kirby. But then the best, of course, is the small ones in the farmers markets or the gardens that are about this big, because they slice really small.
Like pickles? Like
like cucumbers that you buy.
Okay.
Yeah, by the bushel, half bushel,
Yep.
whatever. So I'm gonna clean these first. I'm not going to take the skin off. I'm just going to clean them good, and then I'll show you with the mandolin. Well, it seems that I need to put my glasses on because I cannot get this knife up there. Absolute success after many tries.
Yes.
Many tries. So I could put my glasses on, but you know.
Why make things
It's better fumbling in the dark. And then we got the third one. Buy at least 3. You might have a little extra. We need 6 cups. But you can always use cucumber in many, many different things. Cucumber sandwiches to start out with.
Cucumber toast?
Yes. Yum. Mayonnaise, toast, butter, layer of mayonnaise, and cucumbers. If the mandolin kind of psychs you out a bit,
Or you don't have one.
or you don't have one. This was like $15 at Target. But if you don't have one, you don't want to get one, good old paring knife, just slice away, works well. You can just see in the mandolin that it's starting to pile up, so I would stop and I would put all of that however way you want to.
Why complicate things?
Right, no, you're right. Slow down at the end if you want your fingertips.
That makes me nervous.
That's
Goodbye.
good. Yeah, goodbye.
Okay, another one.
See, you kind of
What?
massacring some of those slices in your speed.
Is that bad?
Speed demon. You like the whole slices. Yeah, so go a little slower, that might.
Okay. So, Mom, while we're doing this, why don't you talk about why you started doing day pickles, refrigerated pickles, in the tradition from your family? The Scandinavian.
Well, my grandmother immigrated from Denmark, and she had a large garden on the farm that she lived with my grandpa and her kids. Okay, I'm going to pour this in, and then you can do 2 more cups.
Okay, so your grandma immigrated from Denmark.
Yeah, but before she came over, she went to a school that taught all the necessary things that a young woman needs to know. Sewing, she was expert seamstress. Food, she worked in a hotel in Denmark for some time before she came over. Gardening, her father was called Gardener Solomonson because he was a gardener, and he had a truck garden, which meant he had a large garden that he sold to the community. So when she came over here, she of course had gardens too, because she'd been working with one much of her life. I think just one more of these will do it. So she made every kind of pickle. We were raised on pickles. My grandma and my aunts and my cousins and I all had been canners. And she made pickles out of beets and everything in the world, beans, everything. And she canned all the time. That's plenty, huh?
And so then you guys had open-faced sandwiches when you were growing up.
Yeah, we did.
That's why you do the bread with the mayo and then cucumbers, right?
Well, in Denmark, anything you had the night before, you have on a sandwich the next day. So we visited cousins one time years and years ago. My oldest son and Keely and I backpacked through Europe, visited cousins in Denmark, and then it was time for us to go, and my cousin took us to the train, and she made us a lunch, and there was everything that we had the night before.
Yeah.
But wonderful, gorgeous bread. And there was,
And that dense
but that's what I grew up with.
brown bread.
Yes.
Yeah, really
yes.
good.
That's what I grew up with, open-faced sandwiches.
All right, so here we have the 4 cups. So we need 2 more cups, which is pretty much this. So there we have our 6 cups of cucumbers. Then what?
And this is simple. You throw in the sugar.
And how much again?
The sugar is 1.5 cups.
Are we sure?
Yes, we're positive.
Is this recipe all?
It's positive.
All right.
And it seems like a lot of sugar, but you'll realize that a lot of it's in the brine. You don't eat all that sugar.
Oh,
Most
yeah.
of it's in the brine. And then you put salt in.
Wait. Do you want to explain brine?
Well, the brine is the juice that any pickle's in. It's just a generic name
Yeah.
for it.
So when you take the pickle out, you're not going to be eating all that sugar.
Right.
Okay, then what?
The next is a tablespoon and a half of salt.
Wow, isn't Mom fancy?
I am.
Look at that, like a real cooking show.
Yeah.
Cool.
I watch them. I should know
How
a
much
little bit.
salt is that?
Tablespoon and a half.
Okay.
And then the next is half of a teaspoon of celery seed, and that's what really makes the pickle.
Okay.
Celery seed.
All right.
And then the last ingredient is 3/4 of a cup of vinegar, and it's just white distilled vinegar. And I mix it up, and I let it set out on the counter again for an hour or so in room temperature, just to have it macerate again. And then I cover it and put it in the refrigerator. And it takes probably 2 days or so for it to really all come together. So you need to just leave it for that amount of time.
Okay, so when's the best time you should eat this?
2 days.
Like 4 is better?
Nah, 2, 3, 4.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, 2, 3, 4.
How long can they last? Did you already say that?
A long time, 2, 3 weeks maybe.
Okay.
Good.
All right.
And then I
Here we go.
go to Sally Beauty and I get 500 of these butters and just put it over it,
All right.
and then put it on the counter. So you have the newly made, and you have the ones that have been macerating in a jar, and these are ready to eat. I would stir this. Sometimes the sugar wants to sit on the bottom, especially if you're doing it in a jar. So I would stir it every so often, but after a while, when it's dissolved, you don't have to.
Like that on a really good piece of bread with butter would be fantastic.
Or like Ritz,
Oh yeah.
or different kinds.
Ritz
But Ritz is
crackers?
good. Really good on those too. For a little hors d'oeuvre. But when you do that, take a paper towel and dry them a bit because you don't want sog.
That's true.
So, but I do that often. And I make lots and lots of different kinds of pickles, lots of different kinds of jams and jellies, and I give them for Christmas presents or for a hostess gift. And you'll be really happy with them. Everybody that tastes them wants a recipe and really enjoys them. So,
I mean, there's nothing like homemade anything. It's very much worth it. Thanks, Mom.
happy pickling.
Happy pickling. See you later.
Yeah.